Hello, my name is Denise Yezbak Moore. Today I'm going to be showing you how to create Sari Silk Tassels. These are two of the selections that I pre-cut. They're about 12 inches, but you can make your tassels as short or as long as you desire. One of the first things you need to consider when you're creating a tassel is your bead cap. Bead caps are really important. This particular bead cap is from Vintage, and I love this cap because if you have a really thick tassel, we can flare it out. If it's smaller, we can squish it in. So this is one of my favorite bead caps to use. I'm going to be demonstrating two different techniques in creating these tassels. One is with wire, 20 gauge. The other one is with cording. This is wax linen cording. It's about 3 ply. The tools you will need to create these tassels are round nose pliers, chain nose pliers, wire cutters, super glue for the wax linen cording tassel, and scissors to trim your tassels down at the end. We are going to cut about 7 inches of 20 gauge wire, and using our round nose pliers, we're going to form a partial wrapped loop. So we're going to bend the wire back, move the pliers up, bend the wire towards you, move the pliers to the side, bend the wire back, and then I'm going to come through and I'm just going to open that. Now we're going to find the center of our sari silk, and we're going to pass it through the wire. We're just going to mash that all down. And then we're just going to really bend it down. And then you can use your hands or you can use your chain nose pliers. And you're just going to wrap it around once. And then we're going to come in and kind of twist. And we're going to bring this wire down. We'll grab our pliers and we're just going to really go around with the wire. And make that nice and tight. And then we're going to mash that wire down. Let me open this. We're going to mash it. This is where our bead cap becomes really important because we need the bead cap to fit over this top part of the tassel. So I'm going to open this Vintage flower tassel and I'm just going to pass that through. And we're going to bring it down and then we can kind of squish it along there. And now I'm using these pave rhinestone beads from howcraftcollection.com. And I'm just going to put that bead on the top. And now we're going to form a wrapped loop. So we're going to bend the wire back, move the pliers up, bend the wire towards us, move the pliers to the side, bend the wire back, and then we're going to come in with our chain nose pliers. We're going to wrap 1, 2, 3. And we're coming in with our wire cutters. We're trimming that end. We're going to flatten out our loop. Make sure that wire is nice and tucked. And there's our first tassel. It's really sturdy, nice and sturdy. Really pretty colors. So this is the wire wrap technique. So our next technique would be using cording. If you were creating a necklace, you would want to cut the cord to the length of the necklace that you desire. So I'm just creating an example, so I'm not going to cut a super long length, but you would probably have to cut about 30 inches depending on how long you wanted your necklace to be. So we're going to take our cording, and we would find the center of the cording and lay the sari silk in the center. And then we're going to grab the cording and we're going to form a knot. I wrapped it around 2 times. Let's make sure this is in the center. And then we're going to pull that nice and tight. So the long strands would go to the top. This is what we would be using to create our necklace. Now we're going to secure the bottom part. So I'm going to cut about a 12-inch length of wax linen cording, or whatever cording that you want to use. I suggest wax linen cording around the bottom part of it. It's nice and thin. We're just going to wrap it around the bottom. We're going to pass that through. 1, 2. I want to make sure it's up nice and close. And then we're just going to pull that really tight. And come around to the other side. And we're going to wrap 1, 2. And then once again, we're going to pull that really tight. And then we're going to come back in and just make a simple knot. And we are going to pull that tight. Now we're coming in with super glue. My favorite super glue to use is this Loctite super glue, the gel control. It doesn't go everywhere. You can just kind of get it out. See how it just kind of comes out like that? So it's really precise, and you can just dab that knot. So once again, gel control. This stuff's awesome. And then we're going to come in with our wire cutters, and we're going to trim these ends off. Okay, so here is the bottom part of our tassel. This will be our necklace strands. So it's nice and secure once the glue dries. Now we're bringing both of the strands together, and wax linen cording is very waxy, so we can kind of form a needle. And we're going to open our vintage bead cap, or whatever bead cap you're using. You're just going to pass that through, bring it down, squish that bead cap down. Now I'm using a check glass fire polished bead from howcraftcollection.com, and I'm just going to slide that bead down. And we're going to separate the strands. At this point, you can form an overhand knot to secure the bead onto the tassel, or you could just separate the strands and string your beads. So you would just go through and you would string your beads and then tie it off at the end. And there you have it. 2 different ways to form Sari Silk Tassels. If you like this video, like and subscribe on my YouTube channel, Denise Yezbak Moore. Follow me on Instagram at Denise Yezbak Moore. And I hope to see you next time.